Merry Christmas, everyone, and happy holidays. I would just like to share how my Christmas has gone so far. One of my accounts got hacked like 2 days ago, and then also my water pipes busted yesterday, and like the water was springing up all the way to the power lines. But I do want to give acknowledge and praise to, there was a random stranger that got out of his truck in the freezing cold weather, got soaking wet by my water pump that was spraying all up in the power lines or whatever. I wasn't home at the time, and he got soaking wet just to fix it and turn it off while I was gone. So what an absolute beast. And in the meantime of all of this, Apex Legends has had some insane news that has happened in the last couple of days. And unfortunately, we're saying goodbye to a very, very good old friend. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. The $160 giveaway winner is on screen right now. I picked the winner last night on stream, and hey, let's jump right into the video. So the first thing that I wanted to mention here is, yes, we do have a lot to discuss today as far as people leaving and organizations leaving the game. And, you know, we've already saw all of this. People leave, they call out Apex, they say Apex is terrible. But unfortunately, this one is a little bit even more sad today, but it's also a little bit more complex. So let's start it off with the first one. G2 Esports, yes, has departed away from Apex Legends. I talked about this over on my ALGS channel where we talk about rosters, and I did make this point that, yes, I understand G2 is leaving, and of course people like to point and blame at EA. I'm not going to deny that or say that that's wrong at all. I think that EA has not done the best of job at promoting their esports scene. I'm not saying that they're doing the best job at maintaining their esports scene. I don't blame teams like Cloud9 and Liquid for leaving and saying that, you know, they don't like the way that EA has handled this situation, and they think Apex Legends esports could be a lot bigger, but they just feel like it's being suppressed lately. And then G2 made this tweet not long ago just saying, today we depart from our competitive Apex Legends team. Thank you for being our Apex champions. Resulta, Chaotic, and Designful. All of these guys go on their personal Twitters as well, and I think most of them were saying, hey, I'm looking for a new team to play with. All of this stuff. G2 didn't drop us or whatever, like just kind of willy-nilly. They gave us options, they gave us opportunities. But I made mention of this over on my ALGS channel where we talk all things ALGS, get into deep dive topics of scrims and scores and qualifications and all of that stuff, roster changes. And I just said, look, I'm quick to say EA is bad and all of this stuff, but I don't really know for sure if G2 is checking out of the Apex Legends scene quite yet, or if they're just wanting to get rid of this roster. If you ask me, this roster has been very underwhelming. I think it was time for them to drop them. I just think that they've not performed well as of late, and they really have had a lot of hype up to their name. If G2's wanting to be at the top, then they need people who are not going to underperform, especially consistently. So with the recent news of all these other esports teams leaving, I can see how this is a little worrisome. But if you're looking at this from like a esports perspective, I don't think this is surprising at all. We were all kind of expecting this to happen. We even saw Oxygen Esports drop their team just to get back into the esports team with a new team 2 days later. So who's to say that G2 is not going to pick up a new roster? Just wanted to point that out there. Everybody was tagging me in this saying, you know, another one bites the dust, another esports organization leaving the Apex scene. I'm just not 100% convinced yet that that is the case. Those people made it clear that they were not happy in the Apex scene. G2 just kind of made it seem like they didn't want this roster no more. Don't get me wrong though, I'm not trying to defend EA because you guys know I've had my fair share of words for them, but that leads me into my second topic. This one is extremely sad. I never wanted to report this news, unfortunately, but this is kind of a little bit different. Maybe it's just the way that this guy does his videos that are just so theatrical and they're just so amazing, and they just like kind of punch at your gut and punch at your heart that you don't want to ever have to say this. This is not just like a, oh, drama, Timmy quit or whatever, Lulu's quitting, or, you know, NRG Dizzy's never coming back, or he's coming back and then Asu's here. Like, it's just not that. Popular YouTuber who we know, love, got the best personality and just the best voice for all of this content that he's been producing for the last couple of years for Apex Legends, has gone through some crazy ups and downs with his life, his personal life, his health, and then his mom passing away. And then you guys remember that, you know, we started that trend on his comment section of only posting positivity during that moment because people were being so rude during all of that, and I just kind of wanted to spread some positivity for him. He even came back over on the channel just to say how much he supported it, and man, I have nothing but so much respect for this guy. That is Ragtag. If you guys have not heard, he is quitting YouTube and quitting Apex Legends. And he even answered some of the questions. Is there drama going? There's just no drama at all. It's just burnout from the game, burnout from YouTube, burnout from like the expectation, I guess, of all of this stuff. He literally said he had nothing in mind, nothing planned of what's next, but he was just simply going to stop and go work on himself. And obviously we're pretty critical of EA, but he also said during all of this that whenever these life-changing events happen, EA was super supportive of him during all of this time when he couldn't, you know, I guess uphold his contractual agreements. There were still still supporting him during all of this stuff, and so I got to give credit where credit is due. At the same time, I do have to acknowledge that one of the reasons he is backing away from the game is because of the burnout, because of like there not being much to do in this game. And all I'm gonna say about this, and I'll just move on because I don't want to harp on everything, it just kind of seemed like I'm trying to turn everything into a negative point. I just want to say that I hope that in some way or form or fashion, you know, EA, Respawn, whoever can look at this and say, okay, in the last couple of months we had like 3 major organizations in the game leave the game, you know, no longer be a part of this. We've had many YouTubers leave the game and not come back, currently still not playing, and you know, they've even said that they're not coming back, and even one of them saying that they were really unhappy with the way EA was doing things and kind of like messed with these creator skins and changed their mind last second. Now we're just watching so many YouTubers and content creators step away from the game, and for one reason or another, whatever it may be, it always seems to come down to burnout. Hopefully the future updates will be more about how people have fun playing the game and not just, you know, resold skins. Now with that being said, we do have some announcement that I want to spread some positive light on because this is absolutely great news to see. Thank you to Sushi for tagging me in this over on Twitter. This was coming from Hideouts himself. Hey, Merry Christmas everybody and a Happy New Year, because Hideouts just announced that he's got very exciting additions and some changes to the Apex anti-cheat that is coming, I guess, in this new year. Also, he said he wants to stream more in the new year and have some good Apex discussions there. So this will kind of be, I would assume, like a dev stream situation. It'd be really good to see those again because we really liked and enjoyed the community feedback there and the transparency there, where we could straight up ask devs what's going on with XYZ and they give us a clear cut answer about what their plans are, what they're up to. Now we also kind of assume that this Apex anti-cheat addition or exciting changes that are going to be coming is probably going to be the EA anti-cheat. I know EA anti-cheat has kind of been like easy anti-cheat in the past, but it's not going to be that. It's literally going to be EA's anti-cheat, because we've seen from leaks in the past that they are working on one themselves. Now, despite all of this, I'm not going to paint a fairy tale picture and say that I'm not concerned in the slightest, because I know that some hacking guru out there will figure out a way around it regardless. But it's not just about the aimbotters, the wall hackers, you know, hacking, because we know they'll always find a way to get around it. You just simply can't build an anti-cheat to stop all of that. But maybe it will do a better job with some of the smaller problems we get annoyed with, like maybe unapproved hardware like Cronus Zen and stuff like that. Not sure exactly how anti-cheat works, but maybe like hacking or glitching into lobbies that you shouldn't be a part of to begin with. Maybe it'll do a better job at picking stuff like that up. I'm not sure, but regardless, I've always said that odd number years are way better than even number years, so I'm looking for 2023 to be much better than 2022 was. I know it's not going to be hard to do that. So before we leave today, I have simply one question for you that I want you to answer. You know I love to ask you all of these questions, okay? One thing and one thing only you can bring guaranteed into 2023 in an update for Apex Legends. What is that one feature, that one change that you would like to make to the game? You only get one, so choose wisely. I'd be picking solos if it was up to me every day of the week. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. As always, thank you guys so much for watching once again. Merry Christmas, happy holiday, happy new year. I probably will still be posting during all of this, but I won't be streaming, I think, until the new year. So I'll see you all then. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, later, Gators.